Hello everybody, Rebecca here. I hope you all are doing well today. Today is 8/10/2025. Time is 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. I have you all looking at EMSE, and these are the earthquakes from the 7th through the 10th, and we still have a lot of aftershocks going on in Kamchatka. However, the earthquakes that we are going to look at today are the other earthquakes that are going on around the world. So, let's dig into this. I have already downloaded these onto Google Earth, and we will take a look at where these earthquakes are occurring. So let's go back to the 7th, and we'll find all of our earthquakes which are not Kamchatka. So we start with a 5.3, which was 3 kilometers deep. Over here, this is the West Chile Rise, and we can see that this is an oceanic spreading rift, and it's the Antarctic Nazca Divergent Boundary. Our next earthquake was a 5.9 Taiwan region. And here we are in Taiwan. We also have a submarine volcano northeast of Iromotojima. So here we look, we see we have volcano here, and we also have one here, and this is the Totten volcanic group up here. So this is the Okinawa Trough and Divergent Boundary here. So this is falling in between two volcanoes and the divergent boundary. Moving on to our next earthquake, we've had a 5.3 northern Sumatra, Indonesia, which is over here, and this here is a subduction zone. Does not want to pop up. Let's do this here. This is the Australian Sunda Convergent Boundary, also a subduction zone. And this here is the Continental Rift Boundary. This is northern Sumatra here. And we also have Toba Volcano, which is closest, along with Surik Marapi. So, those are two volcanoes that are in the area, and a beautiful picture of what the area looks like. This is for Tobing, Ardo Tobing picture. Okay, next earthquake is a 5.8 New Britain region, Papua New Guinea. This one here was 5 kilometers deep, and we show that this is over here at a continental transform boundary. We also have Tavui volcano here, and if we go all the way out here, we have the oceanic transform fault. The next two earthquakes were 5.1 and 5.1 east of Kuril Islands. Those are aftershocks as well. So we move on to the 8th, and we had a 5.3 Halmahera, Indonesia. And this one here is striking over here near the subduction zone. This is also, if I can get it to pop up, Continental Convergent Boundary. And then when we're looking all the way over here, we have the Eurasian Philippine Convergent Boundary. The next 2 or 3 earthquakes were aftershocks, along with the 5.0 Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. So then we move on to the 9th. And we've had a 5.1 Mindanao, Philippines. Now the Kuril Islands, Kamchatka are aftershocks. So we've had a 5.1 Mindanao, Philippines. This is over here near the Eurasian Philippine Convergent Boundary. And this one was 80 kilometers deep. The next earthquake we're going to look at is a 5.9 off the coast of Guatemala. So this is activity which is coming from one side and going to the other side of the Pacific Ocean. So this is the North American Cocos Convergent Boundary here. We need to keep an eye on the Cocos Convergent Boundary because any big slip can cause lots of activity to shoot up towards this towards this area of Mexico and into California. Now we move on to the 10th, which is today. We've had a 5.9 and a 5.4 aftershock in the Guam region. So let's go to Guam. And we can see this is near Seamount X, but this is the 5.9, the other is the 5.4. So we've had a 5.4 aftershock for the 5.9. This is Guam here. This is forecast Seamount X. This is also a subduction zone, as well as the Pacific-Philippine convergent boundary. And the rest of the three were off the east coast of Kamchatka, and they are aftershocks. And as you can see, we'll show the Kamchatka area over here as we continue to have all these swarms going on with Kuril Islands down here, Kamchatka up here. These are all aftershocks and earthquakes. All right then, so let's take a look at Canada. Canada has had no earthquakes today, known or anywise. Still looking back through to yesterday, that 4.2, I mean, not yesterday, but the 7th, the 4.2 that occurred, the 3.9 was downgraded from 4.0. And then we look back a few days before that, and we'd had a 4.1 on the 6th, and there was also a 4.0, which was removed. So I had put those into Google Earth here, and let's see if I can go find these, because these were the ones that I had posted yesterday. So we've had the 4.0 and 4.1 there, then the 4.0. So I did map these out, then a 4.1, and a 4.0. So one of them, there was another one yesterday. If you want to see where it was located, make sure you go and take a look at the last video. However, I'm going to go ahead and put this one into this video so we can show you where this last one was located, because I did not mark this one on my Google Earth, which I probably should have. So I'm going to mark this one as well. And this one was a 4.0. Okay, now we have all 5 of these listed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except if you look, the 4.1 is there, the 4.0 is now 3.9, the 4.1 is there, the 4.0, which occurred, has been removed, and that was this one up here. So I'm not sure why it was removed. I can't tell you that. However, what I can tell you is it was 2 here, 1 here, the one that occurred here that is no longer available, and the 4.0 that occurred here yesterday. Anyways, you guys, that's my update. I hope you guys are doing well. Please hit like, subscribe, and share. And I hope that you all have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Much love, and God bless. Oh, you know what? I'm going to add one more thing into this video. We are going to look at the weather. Okay, so we're going to look at what's going on with the hurricanes off the coast in the Atlantic. So as we look here, we can see that this is an 80% chance to become a tropical cyclone formation in the next 7 days. However, when we look in, there are several models which show it going this way. There are some that show it going this way. This is too far out to actually forecast which way it's going. It depends on the ridge that's up here. And then we will find out. But if I put this into windy, it shows that it is going to take and go back out to sea and be a fish storm. So let's take a look at this. You'll see this by the 23rd. But I did see another storm starting around the 23rd as well. So just keep an eye on this, and we're watching this region here. You can see it starting to form here into tropical storm. As it comes across the Atlantic, looks like this storm kind of messes up and might go into this area up here. So as we're watching this, we see it coming across. However, it looks to me like it's going to take a turn. And what we're watching is this area here, whether it's stronger or weaker. So we see that it looks like it breaks down a little bit on the 16th. And then it looks like we start having a little bit of a jot to the north. And that's what we're going to hope for. We're going to hope that this is going to be a fish storm instead of a hurricane that we actually need to be keeping our eyes here on the west coast, because at this range right here it looks like a Cat 3. And it has a nice formed eye wall. Now what I'm keeping an eye on is back behind that area. There is another storm that looks like it is forming. And that's by the 22nd, even though this is future casting, so everything changes quickly. So if you are up in these areas up here, you're going to be getting a storm coming. So anyways, you guys, that's what I got for you for today. Hope you all are doing well. Please take good care of yourselves and each other. Much love.